Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are going to be working on the blue Fiat 500 Lounge, the one with the rear Cat S rear damage. I have got some parts for that now, including the subframe, the rear one. So I thought, let's just, get that sort of out the way, get that done. I have got some exhaust parts as well because the back box on this car is no good. I've checked it out. It's damaged. It's obviously been hit and pushed against the sub. I think it's the back box that's actually pushed the subframe. And that's what's caused the actual damage to the subframe. So I've got one of those as well. So let's get the black one outside. That's good at the minute because it's raining. So it will tell me if that is leaking because it's raining outside. So I'll take it outside, bring the blue one in. We'll have a quick look around it. I'll show you the parts that I've got. We'll get cracking. Yeah, we'll just see how far we get today. So let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, we've got the blue Fiat 500 Lounge back in the workshop. We're going to be doing some rear end repairs, replacements on the axle and the exhaust. Not sure if we're going to get all this done today. I just really don't know how this is going to go. Sometimes they're really quick and easy, and other times they're an absolute pain mainly because of brake lines on these cars. They're absolute terrible nightmare if they're corroded, rusted, gone, and it's a struggle. Do you know what I mean? So we're just going to see how this goes. But yeah, definitely got another exhaust because that back box is absolutely shot. And this one is in really nice, pretty new condition. It's even got the sticker on the bottom still. So you know that this is definitely not an old back box. It's quite newish. So that's really, really good. The subframe itself, again, it's in really good condition. I just want to prep this, paint it, spray it. I've got some rust protection spray as well. I'm going to spray with that first, and then we're going to hit it with some black paint just to protect it and sort of. But it comes as a full kit. The other good thing about this, I've noticed, is that this comes with the speed sensor, the wire speed sensor to the plug. Where's the plug? Where's the plug? There. So what he's done, I didn't ask him to do this. This is how it come. He cut it there past the plug and left the actual speed sensor on because the one that's on this car has failed. So it had to be replaced anyway. So that's just saved me a few quid on the speed sensor. Don't get me wrong, this wasn't. For me, it's not expensive because I get so much stuff off him that he does do me a really, really good deal. And I paid £120 for the subframe, complete, everything. The discs on this one as well, they're like new. Bit rusty, but they're new. There's no lip whatsoever. They're like a new disc. So I'm just going to use the best bits off both of them. And I think it's going to be off this one that I'm going to use most of it off because, yeah, it's in really good condition. So let's get set up. Let's get the wheels off. Let's start dropping this down, getting the back box off, exhaust. I've even got to try and change the flexi as well at the front. I don't know if you need to cut it and change the flexi pipe and then exhaust. I don't know how we're going to do it yet. So we're going to get into it. I don't want to take this to the body shop really until, until we've done our bits and pieces on the rear subframe, and then he can have it for a while. I've actually took the bumper, the back bumper, that's already been sprayed at the paint shop. So that's already been done. I've had it resprayed, and that's looking wicked. So yeah, all it is really is just to do our part, and then body shop and then it can all go back together. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, making some good progress. As you can see, I've painted on the inside where the actual springs sit with this rust protection paint. It's like a Rust Easy or whatever it is. But you spray it in there, and then after that, you just sort of base coat it with a bit of black paint. But yeah, just trying to help prevent, if we can, in the future. But it is a good, nice, clean beam. If you have a look at it, it is. There's hardly any rust on this beam. So, yeah, I'm happy with it, to sort of put it in as it was. But I'm going to probably flip it over as well and paint the same on the underneath. Just to help, So it's all about that, really. Sort of prevention, if we can, just to help in the future. But it's a nice clean beam, this one, compared to this one here. Let me show you this one. Wow, it's a mess. Like, it is a state, guys. Look at this. It is a state. So yeah, even in there, look how rusty that is in there. Look, it's just really bad. And this is why I've got 2 shocks and 2 springs. So we're going to be replacing the shocks and the springs, both sides, with this new beam. That way, it's just another thing that goes with it. Discs and pads, I'm actually going to reuse this set of this car because, look, look how new these discs are. Look how new they are. Look, hardly any worn on the discs whatsoever. So we're going to use these discs, and we're going to use them pads, because look at, even the pads are like brand new. They're like brand new, guys. So yeah, there's no point changing and putting. I was going to get some new pads for back, and then just replace them as well. And I thought, that's just a waste of money, really. So there's no point doing that. Let's just use the discs and the pads from this set. I'll take them off this set here, and we'll just swap them over. But yeah, that's the plan. But it's getting there. But I just have to sort of start undoing stuff. Like, I've undone the brake cables, handbrake cables, which I've just secured the brake pedal, because I'll need to undo some of these brake lines to pull them through and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to undo it from that there and pull that through, and then pull that way. So to hold the brake fluid that's inside, you just hold the brake pedal with a bit of timber against the seat, and that will hold the pressure. But you can see in here, I've undone the cables from that and then pulled them through, and then they come through underneath here somewhere. There. So you pull them out of there. That middle pipe, look at that middle pipe, look, that's new, that's got a sticker on it, see it, look. So, I really want to take this complete exhaust off and out of the way to have a look at it. But I think, from what I can see, the middle part of this exhaust is good. It's just this end back box and that is just rusty to hell. And it's bent and it's busted there as well. Look, you can see where it's got a bit of a hit here. So that's all got to be swapped over and changed. I think it's got holes at the top here as well, along this bit here. So yeah, that's why I got this exhaust, so we can replace it with that. So yeah, it's a process, but we keep going. I just need to explain that to you. We've got to undo all these cables and pipes and connectors and all that sort of stuff, and then we can start removing this actual subframe. So probably might do the install tomorrow, but try and get this one off today if we can, because there is a lot to do on this one: the exhaust, the subframe, all the brake systems, and shocks, and it's all got to be done. So there's quite a lot. So I don't think we're going to get it all done today, but let's just see how far we get. Right, let's do this. I'll set you up. Right, guys, there we go. The old subframe is off, down on the floor. Yeah, managed to separate the... mainly the brake lines, I've got to be honest. They're always a problem with doing these Fiat 500s. But you can see there that I've actually cut it there, left it intact, because the bolt at the back was really sort of corroded, and I didn't want to... I like over thread them. This one I managed to get undone, I've got to be honest. That one there, you can see it just there. So yeah, and the plug is just there. And then you've got the 3 bolts that go up there. And then you've got the shock holding it on the other side. But yeah, not too bad. But look at the absolute state of this subframe. It is terrible. Really, really bad condition. So yeah, if this would have stayed up, this would have definitely got an advisory on the MOT, because it is horrific. Look at it compared that to this one. Yeah, it's 10 times better. 10 times better. The only difference that I've seen between this one and that one is that bar there. Can you see this bar here that runs in between the actual subframe? It must be like some sort of strengthening bar. This one hasn't got that. It's a little bit strange. You know, there must be a difference between years or whatever, but this one hasn't got it compared to that one over there. Everything else is the same. Everything is exactly the same. So yeah, it's just that bar. So it's going to get an extra strengthening bar put back up. So we've got a little bit of a stripping down to do. Discs, pads, you know, actually I will have a look at the discs. Pads for sure, because they're brand new, and them ones are definitely not. But I'll have a look at those discs, because they're more or less, I think they're more or less the same condition as these ones. But I will check to see which ones are the better condition discs. But yeah, and I'll just swap over whatever we need to swap over. But most of the stuff on this is in really, really good condition. The calipers are better, the pipes are in better condition. You know, it all just seems a better definitely does seem a better condition subframe that was taken off. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. I have got to get this exhaust down as well, you know. That has got to come down. So I might actually have a go at that now, just to see if we can get that released. Yeah, the flexi at the front, that's gone definitely. But you can get like sections, and you just cut it off, and then you just get them connected. I might have to take it somewhere to get it welded. I'm not sure yet. I don't really do a lot of exhaust systems, do I? Let's be honest, I don't really do them. But yeah, it is what it is. But at least we've got the old subframe down on the floor. Let's continue. I'm going to get this now, work on the exhaust side of it. Let's get that down if we can, and then just see how far we get today. So I'll set you back up, guys. Let's do this. Right, guys, what an absolute mess I've just made of the workshop. Yeah, it is what it is. But the exhaust, I can't use any of it. It is absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. This is all split in there. So that's blowing from the flexi, but that's standard normal. From a Fiat 500, they always blow from there. This middle box is not your normal exhaust for Fiat 500. Very, very rare is there a middle box silencer on these cars. Cannot use this as well because it's split from the pipe there. And, you know, it's got the honeycomb part there. You could possibly sort of put it in there and try and weld it and stuff like that. But I just don't know. I just might speak to someone that does exhaust to see. Because it's split from the honeycomb inside there. So as long as I put it back in and then manage to weld it round. Because it is only welded. That pipe to the box is only welded. So, yeah, I don't really know if that can be, I don't know if that can be repaired. I'm not sure. We've got the end part, which again, look at the holes in that end part. That end part there, look. So to me, it's like this is the original one, end part. This is the back part. This is the original. And someone's changed the middle part because there is a sticker on this middle part. But I'm just not going to risk it, guys. Look, you know, we just don't know how new it is. And because it's had the whack on the back and it's pushed the exhaust, you know, it's pushed the back of the exhaust from that part and then just pushed it all the exhaust. So we don't know. I'm just not going to risk it. It's not worth the risk. So I'm going to get hold of another exhaust pipe from that point all the way to the join, and then we've obviously got that part there to go on the back. So I just need this part, but a very, very rare and expensive bit of exhaust because there's not many of them on with these boxes in the middle. But it is what it is. We've got to replace it. I'm not going to mess around trying to get that repaired or try and get it. I'm just not doing it. Because I did have someone, because, you know, I do get people coming in and talking to me and stuff like that. And I showed someone this exhaust. And they said, well, why don't you cut it off here, get a new flexi in the middle, get those 2 points welded, and then get that back box welded to that pipe. And then that's it. It's done. But I just don't know if I can trust it. I just don't think that's a good idea. I just don't know if I can trust that. I've got to be honest. Don't get me wrong. A welding all round an exhaust is solid. It's tight, so possibly would work. But I'm not sure at the minute. I just really don't know whether or not that's going to be a good idea. Because, you know, what's it going to cost me to weld? It's going to cost me a little bit more for a brand new piece of exhaust than it is to get someone to give it, like, you know, I've got to get that part there, which is going to be the flexi part. I've got to get that, which is going to be 30 or 40 quid. I've got to get someone to weld it. That's going to be another 50, 60 quid. And I think these brand new ones are like £120. So there's not much difference in a brand new one than it is to try. I don't want to use the word bodging, but that's what it feels like I'm going to be doing, and I don't want to do that. So that's going in the scrap. That is all going to go in the scrap. I've made a decision right now. That's it. I'm not using it. So yeah, I've got to find one now. But that's not going to stop us from putting up the rear subframe in tomorrow's video. So I am going to leave it there. That's the end of today's video, guys. I think I've done enough today. I'm absolutely shattered. My arm is killing me. And we're going to come back to this tomorrow. Don't forget, Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. How's it going? Give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys, in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.